Hey everyone, FlyingDutchy here and welcome to the first video ever on this channel of Europa Universalis V. We are on the pre-release version 0.9.9 and it is now the 27th of October. The game is not released, so everything can still change, so keep that in mind. There will be patches coming out for sure. And I want to thank Paradox for the early access for the game. I have helped them a bit with bug reports and stuff, and yeah, I was very happy to be involved, so thank you so much. And for now guys, it's time to play this game. And I'm gonna do this slowly, because a lot of you don't know this game. This may be the first video you see. There will be other YouTubers that have videos before this one, but a lot of you maybe only watch a couple of influencers, YouTubers. So we will do it slowly, and we are gonna try to make a Dutch empire. So let's do a new game. Now, when you start a new game in EU5, you get this pop-up. You can play as a recommended country, but you will play on the easy difficulty, so that is why I will not select this. I will do select any country, so that I will not do the tutorial and everything else. And I will play on a normal difficulty, so let's just go here. And I will see you at the screen. Alright, and there we are guys, at the world screen, where you can select any country you want to play as. And we are going to play as Brabant. Normally I play as Holland, but Brabant is yeah, a little bit stronger, maybe a bit easier, but I want to farm the Netherlands when I can early. And that also helps to fight France, because hey, we want to take Flanders as well, and Flanders is part of France, so it's going to be very difficult. So we're going to play as Brabant. I cannot believe we're going to play this, guys. This is going to be the first video of maybe 1,000 on this channel. Unbelievable, isn't it? But this is the starting situation of Brabant. We have Duke Jan III, Reinaard's zoon. He's 36 years old and he is already having 6 children, which you will see in the next screen. Oh, you can see it over here. One of them is already dead. Yep, that happens as well. And yeah, you can see the starting skills of this ruler. 27 admin is not very good, of course. You want to have good admin for crown power, gives you more money. Let's not bother about all the stats, let's just jump into the game here. But in this screen you can see different contents things, country bonuses. You can see that what is part of the Netherlandish culture group. The game considers this part of the Netherlandish culture group, which includes Westphalian and also the Picards in the French, which are shared between the French and the Dutch. So, most likely we'll try to unite all these lands eventually. And here you can see all the stuff. You can see a description, but we'll also see this in the next screen. We cannot do Ironman mode or achievements because the game is not released. Let's just jump into the game. Play as Brabant. And Brabant in 1337 is a strong nation. Now, first I will go to the political map mode here. And yeah, nowadays this part is part of the Netherlands and this part is part of Belgium. So back in the day this was one nation, and I think it's the strongest nation in this region. Maybe Flanders is a lot stronger, but they are part of France. And how do we start? Well, there is so much to talk about. I will just recommend you guys to do the tutorial and also go to my guide videos. I will put a link here to my guide video playlist, so that you guys can take a look at these videos, because they explain a lot of things. But yeah, of course we can just go over these flags here and start doing all the things we need to do. So we have no spouse. We do have 6 children, but we have no spouse, so maybe we should marry someone. And that is this button? No, that is... I don't know where the button is. Do we not have the button? Really? Oh, he lives in the Duchy of Limburg. So, at the start of the game, we are the Duke of Brabant, but also the Duke of Limburg, which is this one location. There's a location in the game, Limburg, or Limburg. And he is over there, so he needs to move back to Brabant, and I think he will do that when we skip one day. And then we can maybe marry him to someone. Maybe we can make more children. At the moment, this is, I think, our heir. 354819 Johanna. the heir to Brabant only. But she is not the heir to Limburg. And I guess that is because she's a girl. And that is not possible in Limburg. But I'm not sure about that, so we will have to find out. So we have a union with Limburg, and that is this number over here, the Brabantian Limburgian Union. And when we click on this, then we see the both nations that are part of this union, because thanks of our Duke, Jan III. And if we want to integrate Limburg, then we first need to become the senior partner, and then we have to go through a list of reforms. So this is completely different than EU4, and that we can do here at the union policies. And I will open them all. You can see they are grayed out. We have no centralization policies at the moment. We have no federal laws over here. And we have a union foundation. Now, you can scroll this, and the only thing you need to remember is, hey, we can only do this when we have this for 5 years. Then we can start doing a law change to form a senior and junior union. Right now we are both equal. And eventually we will go through these centralization laws in 10 years. And this one is 15, 20, 25, and I think this is 30 or even 50 years. So we cannot annex Limburg in 50 years or earlier. And we need to do all these laws before this one, before we can integrate Limburg. So that's going to take a long time, but that's fine. That's just how the game is. So that is our union. Of course, we are also part of the Catholic Church. There are a lot of things you can click on, but there is not a lot you can do. There is a thing called religious power or something. I don't even know how it's called anymore. Religious influence. And with your religious influence, you can do stuff. And that's it, really. Maybe you can get a cardinal. When you have a cardinal, you can do some papal bulls and you can vote yes or no on these things. The AI always vote yes in this patch. You can canonize your ruler, so you get a little bit more prestige or whatever. When you own a holy site, then you get bonuses as well. These are all the 492 members of the Catholic Church. There's not a lot we can do at the moment with the church, but when we can do something, it will pop up over here. So, of course, we also have the Holy Roman Empire. We are part of it, and we could become emperor if we are having a good ruler and we have good relations, we have good power score, etc. But that's not my focus. I will try to focus forming the Netherlands, of course. But yeah, it's a huge thing, and at the moment in this patch, it's not working that well. I have to say that that is the case, so hopefully they will make this better very soon. But we will have to wait and see. And we have 312 members in the HRE. It's a huge game, of course. Now we also have this thing here. That's a shortcut for our navy. We have one boat. A transport. We don't need this transport at all. So I am just going to disband this one for now. And then it's gone over here. You can make anything you want a shortcut. If I press Control 1, I don't know if my scene is going to change, by the way. No, it doesn't. Now you see that if I press 1 on my keyboard now, I will immediately open the town of Antwerpen. So you can do that with everything. You can make like 10 things here with all the things you want. Map, screens over here, your navy, your army, international organizations like the Catholic Church or the Holy Roman Empire. You can do all things you want over there. Okay, enough talking about those things. Let's just start taking a look at our situation. At the start, Brussels is our capital. That is where our control spreads away. If you want to know how control works, watch my guide videos. We have some roads already, so that is helping. Let's take a look at our control map mode. Yeah, so we have good control around us. We still have a little bit over here. We might have to improve this with roads eventually, but roads are very expensive. So eventually we will. And my main goal is to make Antwerpen the capital of the Netherlands, eventually. And you would maybe wonder why. Well, it is a bit more central when we own all of this. It is a little bit more in the middle. And the most important thing is the natural harbor suitability. Antwerpen is having a 80% harbor capacity, or 0.8. And compared to Amsterdam, it's a little bit better. Middelburg is also a good one. Bergen-op-Zoom as well. But Antwerpen is having more population. So if I make this my capital, then we can go through the Schelde. And then we can spread our control through these sea tiles to the neighboring locations. So we can control everything better, and that makes us stronger and get us more money. So eventually Antwerp will become the capital. So we have 3 provinces. We have the province of Brabant, Antwerpen, and Kempenland. Kuik is also part of Kempenland. We don't own this. This is part of Kuik, which is, I think, a vassal of Gelre, because it's the same color. And yeah, it's just time to start building everything up over here. Let's just go over all the tabs. So eventually my capital will go to Antwerpen, but for now let's keep it in Brussels. We need to get to crown reforms. Let's take a look. So these are all the things we can click on at the start of the game. Not that many. We can make more food, and then we go towards serfdom. Now, don't think I want to go to serfdom that specifically. If I go to free subjects, then pops will promote, we get more prosperity, and they use less food. But we cannot tax them that much, the peasants. So yeah, well, serfdom is actually not that bad. So we could go for this one. But what we want is crown power. So let's take a look. Diplo reputation, conciliatory. I don't like conciliatory because that is a passive bonuses. Belligerent is attacking bonuses. And I like to go attack, so I'm gonna keep that one. We have a trade office network. Foreign buildings are lower. You can build buildings in other countries to get trade capacity and stuff. We can go with autocracy. That gives us 10% more crown power. But we will go towards aristocracy. But for now, I think that is a good way, because crown power gives us more income. So it's going to take a while before this is implemented. 2 years. And let's take another one. Noble estates, equilibrium towards traditional economy. I don't like this one at all. The trade range is nice. Maybe we can reach other trade nodes further away later on. Yeah, maybe I want to get the food production. Food is a problem in the Netherlands, because we have a lot of towns. So let's just go with the food one. I think I like that one. Now our adel, which is the nobility in Dutch, is having a couple of privileges as well. We can, we have higher tax, but we go even further to aristocracy. This is not giving any satisfactory bonuses, but the levies are better. We can build more forts. And we go towards decentralization. Now, decentralization is something you don't want, really. At the moment, we are almost fully decentralized. And when we are centralized, we get 50% crown power. And that is huge. So, eventually, we want to get rid of those things. But as you can see in the top, the down part, revoking this is costing 130 stability. And that is not going to happen. If we do this, we get revolts everywhere, so we need to try to make their power to go down, and we can only do this by increasing the power of other estates, and also to control the land ourselves. This is a good one, efficiency of our cabinet, and we have this one, stability, investment cost goes down, so when we spend money on instability increase, it's cheaper, and we go even further to aristocracy, so we don't want that in the end of the game. Our geestelijken, our clergy, are having conversion speed, but they go to communalism, and they have a little bit more literacy, so that we can get a little bit more research done. Then we have the burgerij, which are the burgers. They want to go towards plutocracy, I like that. The maximum RGO size is going down with 20%. Don't like that one, but it's costing me 42 to revoke this privilege. Way too much at the moment. This one is also very bad, because we go to decentralization. We have the Magdeburg rights. We have 10% more trade capacity. That's a good one. And we have the building road rights. The burghers can now build roads. And we go towards centralization. That is the one I want to keep for sure. And then we have the boeren estates, the peasants. They have hunting permits. That's fine. And they have communal lands, which is not good because we go even further to decentralization. So we might have to get rid of some of these. And I think I'm going to get rid of this one immediately, because this is only costing 15 stability, because they have very low power of 4%. So let's get rid of this one. There we go. Now they are super angry. Maybe we can give them something to compensate. I want to give stuff that gives them less power, but does make them very get their satisfaction up. So we can let them migrate. Meh. Production efficiency minus 4%. No, that's very bad. Clergy estate and communalism. No. No, even what we remove this one. So fewer levies. No, we need them. No labor on Sunday. No, we don't want to do this. We want to keep our materials. Partial yield. No. No, that is also not going to happen. And it's not giving them any satisfaction bonus. So autonomous villages. More decentralization? No. Common militias. Now this one is good. We have more peasant levy size. They can use weapons, so fine. And they will be a bit better. It's a big one. They get a lot of power, but they have so less. They don't have any base power, so the modifier of 50% is also not doing anything. So let's give them this one to make them a little bit happier for now. Okay. The parliament will come. Use the parliament to get claims on everything. And do other stuff. You can also change your laws, for example, but changing your laws is costing a huge amount of stability. 100. Not gonna happen, we have only 14. When this goes down 0, we will get big penalties to the estate satisfaction. That can cause rebels. But we can use the parliament to change it, so eventually we're gonna do that. Let's go to our cabinets. We have to appoint some cabinet members. We only have a couple. Let's get the one with the high admin score, Maximilian Janssen. And what are you going to do at the start of the game? So let's focus on the admin skills, because that is his best skill. We can do a development of the province. Very useful. We can encourage migration to attract people to a location. And we can increase our control. We get 10% more extra control. And it goes up with 1%. So let's first increase our control in our states, so that we make more money and we make more crown power. So let's go to Brabant first. And now it's listed over here. I don't know if we can get a huge amount more, but let's see. And the other cabinet member, we are going to do the one with the high military skill. And what are you going to do? We can expel the people with military points. But why would we do this? We can convert. Apparently there are some people not Catholic, so we could do that. I hate that when you click this, you go back to that whole menu. We can stop rebels, but we have no rebels at the moment. We can stabilize a country for stability. And we can strengthen our government. I will strengthen my government for the legitimacy. That is this number. You want this at 100 all the time, because you get more crown power. Simple as that. I will do this, and now it goes up quicker. Let's take a look at our economy. I will automatically tax my estates. So based on if they can go towards 50 satisfaction equilibrium, we're going to tax them. So what I try to do is give them enough privileges that this stays just above 50, so that I can fully tax my estates. At the moment the adel is at 22% of a maximum of 23, so we are just not taxing everything here. Also our minting, we want to do this until we don't make any inflation. Something like this. Now, at the start of the game I will increase my cost of the court, so that this will go to 100 as quickly as possible. We will lower our maintenances. And also lower our diplomatic spending, and stability I'm also not a fan of. I want to make money so that I can build marketplaces. Talking about markets, Our locations are part of the Brugge market and a little bit of the Cologne market. I don't like that. It's a bit more micro-y. So what I'm going to do is go to the market owner of Brugge, which is Flanders. I right click, open the country panel, or you zoom out and click on it. That is also a thing you can do. And I tell them, hey, can I get some market preference to your market? Thank you very much. And that makes it that all my regions are now going to the Brugge market and not to the Cologne market. So if I build, do I have a town over here in Eindhoven? Yeah, this one, the town of Den Bosch was maybe in the Cologne market. If I now build marketplaces, it will count to the Brugge market and not Cologne. Okay. And I will tell the game for now to automatically trade. We will take a look at that when we unpause the game. Now, this is our buildings, our goods that we can build, and our food situation. Now, for now, we're not going to look at those things. We don't have to. These are all our cultures in the game, at least in our nation. We are Low Franconian. We have a little bit of Walloon and a tiny bit of Picard in this region. And we have some Jewish. They are everywhere. And what I will do is use my accepted cultures capacity to make some of these cultures accepted eventually. We could already make Walloon accepted. The question is, do I want to make something else accepted first? And I don't think I do, so... Yeah, I think we're gonna make Walloon an accepted culture. It costs 5 prestige and we have it right now, so we have 19. When I do this we use 0.7, so that is not that much. Yeah, let's make Walloon accepted. There we go. And that will also give us a core. Oh, we already have a core, so... For some reason we already have a core in naval. Normally you only get cores when you have the right religion and culture. But right now we don't have to do this. That's good. Yeah, we have this member leaving the union. We cannot do anything about it. I'm gonna right click that away. We are over our fort limit. Forts are expensive. We are paying 3 ducats for our forts. We have 4 castles in Leuven, Antwerpen, Den Bosch and Brussels. I'm going to cancel the one in Leuven. Now we are still over our limit. But I think I want to keep a fort in the capital of the province. Because if the enemy captures the capital of the province, the other locations will flip. So when I have a fort there, I can last that a bit longer. So let's keep the 3 castles I have. We have some pop needs that will change next month. We have unprofitable buildings that change next month. We have an underage heir. Yes, but we cannot do anything about it. This is our heir. She is gallant. And she has balanced education. We could change this, but... you know what? Let's change this a bit on administrative. So that the last couple of years she is getting educated. Get a little bit more admin points. So that we can get more crown power. Okay. So we can right click this now away. Nice for this thing here, but what can I do with it? We have inefficient mining because we have no gold and silver in our market. We have to import that, hopefully. Yes, we have unhappy estate, that is what we did. And then the research. At the start of the game, there's only one research you can do. In the Age of Traditions, that is what we are in right now. You see that we have done all the researches. All of it is done, except for this part over here. And meritocracy. Meritocracy is in... where is this location? In China. So it will take a long time until we have the meritocracy institution in Europe. And then we can do these ones. But for now we can only do these technologies. The Age of Renaissance starts in 5 years. So then the question is there maybe a way for us to get one of these institutions ourselves? Let's take a look. Renaissance. We are playing on dynamic, by the way. I did not show this at all. I wanted to show it, but we are playing on dynamic, not historical or whatever, so things can change. When we have a city and we have a university, that kind of things, then we can have the Renaissance spawn in our country. Banking. What do we need? Dynamic. We need 1,000 burgers. And we need to have -50 capital economy versus traditional. Not gonna happen. We will stay at traditional way longer because of all our privileges and stuff. So not gonna happen for us. And professional army. What do we need for dynamic? First one needs to be in Europe. We have the same culture. We need more than 0 manpower. We have 0 because we have no manpower building. We start with levies. And we need less than -10 quality versus quantity. And I think that is what we have. It is really difficult to figure out what that minus means, but we are towards quality. And I think the game counts this as minus, which is very confusing. I don't know why they did that, but that is what they did. So yeah, we could get it, because we have -20, I think. It's saying 20, but we have -20 compared to that tooltip. So maybe we have a chance to get professional army. But for now, we can only do one research, so let's just go with it. Organize religion. We get more clerks in the towns and cities and more literacy. Done. These are the next technologies we can do. So we are a little bit over our fort limit. I will click this away. I know, but I want to keep these 3. We have possible diplomatic actions. Yes, we have 4 diplomats right now that we can use. Let's improve relations with England, because eventually we will go to war with France for Flanders. And let's take a look if we can get a alliance. I will go to diplomacy, friendly relations, over alliance. If I want to go to war with Holland, what is going to help me? Maybe Munster. Munster is normally a very strong nation. Get an alliance with them. There we go. How much diplomatic capacity am I using? I'm using 0.65 of 2. We are a duchy rank, which helps. So I could get another one. Maybe we should get Luxembourg or something. Maybe we should try to focus to conquer this stuff around us first. Yeah, let's get Luxembourg. How much points is it going to cost me? 0.66. There we go. So, we have 2 alliances within our limit, and we don't even have to spend money on diplomatic, so that's good. We can get some rivals. We can only make Liège and the Hanseatic League a rival. Really? Why can I not rival Holland? Invalid target. Yeah, but why, game? Don't know. Well, let's just rival what we can. You know what? Let's just wait a couple of days. Maybe they're gonna rival me. I think we have done most of the things we need to do before we unpause the game. So we have 6,600 levies we can raise. We cannot recruit any standing army because we need a manpower building for that. Is there anything I can do with my subject? Can I already integrate them? Oh no, I can't, because that is a union, it's not a vassal. That's nothing I can do there. Yeah. Well, it's 30 minutes in the video, and I guess this will be the setup video. In the next video we will start the game. Welcome to Paradox Games, everyone. It's always happening. It's always happening in these games. The setup is long, I need to explain it. And in the next video, guys, we will start. Before we go, I want to quickly show my YouTube members and my Patreon list. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you are interested, you can find the links in the description and also in the end screen that you see soon. Once again, thanks to Paradox for having me as a bug fixer, as early influencer. Yeah, it means a lot. And I see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.